It really hurts. It really hurts talaga. This is pang ilang take ko naman. Okay, so hello everybody. I am Ma'am Sheena and I am back to discuss topic 3, which is all about the second function of management or second managerial function, which is organizing. So last time we have discussed planning, which is the first one. And ngayon, we will discuss the second, which is organizing. Let me just emphasize that organizing and staffing may be uh, may be separate from each other. So pag tinanong sa inyo, ano ang five functions of management, it includes your planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. But then we will be on in our course or in the subject, we will only be discussing the four functions of management. It's because we will be incorporating a little bit of staffing in organizing. So organizing and staffing is connected with each other, but it will not be discussed as a separate function. It is because we have a subject or a course which is human resource management. So yun talaga yung staffing. Okay ba? Okay. So in this module, you should be able to, number one, describe the 6 elements of organizational design, contrast mechanistic and organic structures. 3, discuss the contingency factors that favor either the mechanistic or the organic model of organizational design. 4, describe traditional organizational design options and discuss organizing for flexibility in the 21st century. So in organizing for flexibility in the 21st century, you should be able to learn the different contemporary design options, the different options that you can use, especially in this pandemic. Okay, so show presenter view. So first on the list of our topics today is all about the 6 elements of organizational design. But before that, we should be able to define what is organizational structure. Okay, as we can recall in the first module, which is all about the introduction to management, we have discussed the definition of organizing as arranging and structuring work to accomplish organizational goals. It's an important process during which managers design an organizational structure. Okay, so organizing is one of the tasks managers do, right? Or is one of the function of the manager. So what is an organizational structure? So organizational structure is the formal arrangement of jobs within an organization. So an example of an animated organizational structure is the one in this picture. Okay, so ibig sabihin nun, an organizational structure is somewhat a hierarchy of the positions in an organization. Okay, so pwedeng itong the topmost level, pwedeng ito yung president, ito yung vice president, these are the directors, and the employees will follow sa baba. So usually nga, the organizational structure, organizational design is composed of 6 elements. So i-say-say natin yan from work specialization to formalization. Okay, ready na ba kayo? Ready or not, here it is. Okay, but first, before we discuss the 6 elements pala, we're going to discuss first the different purposes of organizing. So why do managers organize? Okay, so number one is it divides work to be done in specific jobs and departments. So dahil nga in organizing kasi you should choose who will work for this task, who will work for this job, ganyan, or which specific duties is assigned to this person, ganyan. So it divides the work to be done in an organization. Okay. Next is it assigns tasks and responsibilities associated with individual jobs. That's right. It coordinates diverse organizational tasks, coordinate or somewhat connect them. It clusters jobs into units because of the organizational structure. It establishes relationships among individuals, groups, and departments. It establishes formal lines of authority. Okay, later on we will be defining what is authority. And of course, it allocates and deploys organizational resources. Okay, by the way, I haven't mentioned in the first slide, but this slide is adopted from parang, I think, resource manual of our book, pero lower edition. So it is from Robbins and Coulter. Okay. So here it is. What are the 6 elements of organizational design? So the number one in the list is work specialization. So work specialization class is the degree to which tasks in the organization are divided into separate jobs with each step completed by a different person. Okay, so I think in the first module, we have discussed what is the meaning of specialization. Okay, specialization means working in a specific job that you are best at. So, work specialization class is the degree to which tasks in an organization are divided into separate jobs. Most managers today see work specialization as important organizing mechanism, but not as a source of ever increasing productivity. But it is written here that over-specialization can result in human diseconomies from boredom, fatigue, stress, poor quality, increased absenteeism, and higher turnover. Right. It is because if you are working in something that you are good at, yet it's not the task that you want to do, di ba? Sabi nga nila, work something that you are enjoying or basta something that you enjoy, work something or do something that you enjoy. Okay, and you will not feel that you are working. But this one kasi, they will designate you to a work that you are good at even though you don't like it. So yun, 'di ba, nagkakaroon ng boredom or over specialization is parang repetitive yung task. The tasks are repetitive, paulit-ulit, ganyan, specialized na pero nagsasawa ka rin. Okay. So the second organizational element is departmentalization. I think out of the 6 elements of organizational design, this is the longest. Okay. So departmentalization is the basis by which jobs are grouped together. So once work tasks has been defined or have been defined, they must be grouped together in some way through a process called departmentalization. So there are 5 major ways on how you can departmentalize. So first is functional. Second is product. It can be geographical. It can be a process departmentalization or customer departmentalization. We will discuss that one by one. Okay. First is functional departmentalization. Kaya siya functional departmentalization is because we are dividing the groups by functions performed. So we have an example here. So the head is the plant manager, and the plant manager divide the groups by their functions. So ang function niya is engineering, accounting, manufacturing, human resource, or purchasing. But you can also, this is the most common, for example, the manager or the president, tapos merong marketing manager, human resource manager, operations manager, human resource, marketing, financial manager, ganyan. So it's it is daming green, daming green na insect. Ayan. So it is dividing into groups that have similar functions. So it is really common. I think this is the most common then. So It's written here, efficiencies from putting together similar specialties and people with common skills, knowledge, and orientation. So, although this is somewhat similar and has different advantages, sabi dito, ang disadvantage na is poor communication across functional areas. So, for example, the Department of Marketing have no or have little or less communication with human resource management or human resource department or marketing department is not connected with finance department. Di ba, these departments work hand in hand. So yun yung kanyang disadvantage. Okay. The next one is the geographical departmentalization. As the term itself, geographic, we are grouping the jobs based on the territory or geography. Usually sa sales, yes. Ang example dito sa sales, but my example is also about sales. Wherein, they divide the sales for North Luzon, South Luzon, for NCR, for Visayas, for Mindanao, ganyan. So, usually talaga sa sales siya. So, more effective and effective handling of specific regional issues that arise. Serve needs of unique geographical markets better. So, this one naman, ang problema is, diba, the functions can be duplicated unlike yung sa functional departmentalization. Okay. But you can also, parang hindi masyadong mabasa. So, I hope you can read it. I will be sending this, pero ipaalala nyo kasi baka makalimutan ko. So, product departmentalization naman is, syempre, grouping jobs by product line. For example, sa Nike, they can, di ba, ang Nike, it's not all about shoes lang. So, they can divide na this is for the shoes line, for the shirts line, for the other sport equipment, ganon. So, yun yung sa product departmentalization. Pwede rin siyang duplication of functions, pero sabi nga dito, ang closer to customers naman siya. Okay. The next is process departmentalization. Siyempre, kung sa term itself, it's grouping the jobs on the basis of product or customer flow. Okay. Depende sa process. Example natin dito is sa plant din, merong sewing, merong planing and milling, assembling, lacquering, finishing, inspection. Ang per process naman, feeling ko sa mga factories to na ito, process, narinig mo ba yung aso? Hindi narinig na. So, for example, sa paggawaan ng sapatos, this is for the sewing, this is for the yung sa for the parang pagra-rugby, ganyan, or ito for packaging. So, per process talaga siya. Okay. And of course, the last one is customer departmentalization. So, customer departmentalization is grouping jobs on the basis of common customers. Oh, okay. So, this one, example dito, this is not really familiar to me. But this one example niya is yung for retail, wholesale, and government accounts. Alam ko na. Ang customer departmentalization is usually sa banks. Okay, meron yung for individual customers, meron yung for business or corporates, meron yung SMEs, yon per customer siya. Yay! So, I have identified an example. Yan. So, I think I will be cutting this first video para mas madali siyang i-upload. Okay. For the next slides, I will be discussing the remaining 3 elements of organizational design. Although I have not covered a lot of topics in this a lot of subtopics in organizing, pero I will be cutting this para at least mas madali ko i-upload. Okay, see you in part 2. Bye-bye.